I guess a turbulent previous series here.
Yeah, I think that's a very fair assessment, and we do look for that first blood to be drawn, and Gen.G does manage to avoid it, but Zipan doesn't, so Dunno could be the first one to draw it. An artist, a player I really want to keep my eye on here, and I'm glad they highlighted on the desk that little battle between him and...
Bolt's going to come out with Cloud already a little further ahead of it. Gen.G actually going to find the spike there, and actually Cloud goes hunting. He'll find Xiao inside the smoke.
I'm pretty sure Sugetsu's going to be able to cross for free.
Yep.
And the smoke drop, and Cloud seemed a little unawares. Okay, still able to do some damage, but Gen.G's there, and FPX.
What a weird ending.
Yeah, that didn't... He's walked in the smoke. He actually just had the timing. SSK! You are lucky to keep your life, but what a shot from him. Gets the gun back out. He's ready to go. You could see what they're trying to do, get a little cheeky, try and find a moment's timing to exploit that middle presence. And again, this is consistent.
Cloud?
They've done it again. Cloud being caught kind of head in the clouds, no idea what's going on. As SSK, Dunno, and Dinks pretty little baffled it, but they've got the full read, but there is still a player tucked into the cubby. That's SSK, 43 HP, sure, but catch a shout. That's perfect. Trade. Oh, it's not perfectly pretty, but it'll do in a 1v2 in what was meant to be a bonus.
A massive bonus for FPS, to be honest with you. Well, I mean, still for me, that's...
Again, good information finding. Yes, a little on both sides, and I don't know how he was still alive. Zipan lucky to keep his life for merely a second. Artist does at least take the head off of one, but look at the cross now. It's dangerous. It's looking deadly. A barrel note as well. Artist will know that, and the call will be made. So they know the full intent will be this B piece. Spike now trying to be carried on through. Xiao still tucked on the spike. Hasn't got noticed quickly. Oh, the spam. It looked like a mouse will jump off the back of that. But it is a 3v3 and it will be a post plant. But all three players are on the site itself. What can they do to try and dig their heels in on this? That's still a kill for Artis. Still damage done. Dinks and Cloud back to the wall, tucked towards the site. They've got to try and deal with Sugetsu and Gen.G coming their way. Dinks in the boathouse, one playing that close wall. Sugetsu has to win that first fight. He does. Dinks brings out lovely play from Dinks in the end, finding Gen.G as well, and we're tied up all even. It's going to be a little rougher, a little bit more invested behind it, and that's that's exactly what we're seeing right now. Just to take the white plant, Flash comes in. It wasn't quite quick enough. JD did find Gen.G in the end, but this is all for the spike plant. So I guess that's something. Both ults coming in. We're going to have the Hunter's Fury for one. What? Found two.
And the lockdown. Right. Well then.
Okay. But outside of that, they've been quite methodical. Again, this 3-2 split towards B. This puts a lot of pressure towards Artis, who is depressed, but not so fast. Still going to take Cloud with him. Back away, not looking so safe. Now, can he make away with his life? No, he can't. Shady with the punish. Big impact, big pickup. NaVi sticking the landing on this B crunch, finally.
Zipan is Xiao now to try and find... anything can. Zipan, see the smoke drops at the last second, catches his own flash and catch an operator shot as well from SSK. Down in this scenario, I mean, okay, I was going to say, whether he's even accosted any exits here. It'll just be the one at least here. 3 survive from NaVi. FPX will call a timeout here. In other words, it's kind of that slow, progressive push from NaVi, and the explosion seems to be in like it's like 3 to 5 seconds at that point where they have a little bit of mid control. They're able to convert it so quickly. That's after conceding the first blood, which is actually very impressive. It is, considering the amount of times that we have seen FPX seeming to be able to get that first pick. No quick trade on it either. Keep that in mind. It's not like an instant. No, they had to close the gap.
Quick pickup. Exactly. So credit to NaVi to be able to, one, accelerate like that. As you said, it does seem like they take that methodical approach for a fair while. They get what they need, be it B main control, up towards mid sort of thing. They do what's necessary for it to facilitate that push. And then the springboard in is the pace change is pretty shocking, honestly, and it did manage to catch, I think it was Sugetsu as well, who was actually kind of behind Artist. So again, for those players, this is going to be a rough game if they keep kind of leaning towards us. It's hard to handle. Like, yes, maybe you can get aggressive on the extremities, but you'll still leave middle wide open, which we know that NaVi like to explore. It's not an easy answer.
You say that, if Artist is going to continue to
fight so cleanly, and he even got a second. Finding Xiao is critical for success, absolutely, but again, that first pick is perfect. The read's good. Zipan still at least find JD, but it's still massively favorable numbers towards NaVi, so Spike should be able to go down. I don't think much can deny it for now. G walks the smoke. Still gonna find another trade comes in, so it's a numbers game leaving orders to get to. Who finds a clean kill? Now that could facilitate potentially a bit more damage. Tommy now on the case, forcing SSK to reveal position. However, you can see how quickly he is to watching this. So you get to, this is not a pretty scenario, no. Cloud's gonna find you as NaVi, starting to look comfier now.
Yeah.
Oh, but they've really manhandled FPX and Artist. Trying to do something with this, but just feeds up towards SK watching the cross, and it's a shutdown. It's systematic from NaVi. Zipan is to get to, well, Zipan's done for, so it's to get to really, but to what end? What are you gonna get out of this at this point?
He'll try and work his way back towards market door, but I think at this point he's in the driving seat here, and just that reaction to the information early on. Noted this, knows that there's been a little bit of an adjustment in terms of formation. Way ahead of this getting going, really. Zipan there to catch SSK.
Yeah, this is a much better approach. A very quick rotation, kind of posting up Artist deep towards B main, allowing the rest of this quick rotation, this quick stack. Deno tries to do some damage, but you've got to kind of lean into what that could potentially present you. Now, for this moment, it looks like a play through by market, and already NaVi's crossfire's held quite well here. Now, I'm looking to see when you're going to have Shroud join the rest of the two, trying to make this cross happen. And there's Cloud going to catch at least one. Zipan does get caught. It's actually by JD in the end to confirm.
This is the point now where NaVi should look to progress through. Now actually going to find the first. JD will fall. Inks and Cloud both very tagged up now. This is winnable for FPX.
Yeah, spotted one on the site, spotted the other. They now know where both players are. Shao, lovely play actually. Really, really patient play from Shao. I was a little worried he'd be late on the timing, if I'm honest. But no, here I walk in the park.
Really, it's Sugetsu and Baddie down on Sheriffs, and they're very late round pieces here. Flash from JD looks perfect.
Nice flash.
Rewarded for the second. No way. He actually lined up.
That was so close to being perfect, and actually now just Shao. Overwhelmed, outnumbered, NaVi lock it out, but I've got to say it, that flash has to fall away to the back of the side and use the utility to try and slow the roll, because FPX are trying to just speed up on this one. Catching push out on short, it looks like Dinks got caught a little out of sorts as Cloud. Gonna find Artist, and Cloud still alive. 25 HP ain't much, but it's all about time, and suddenly you can't buy any more of it. The flash again, these flashes are so good right now, but Sugetsu still holding his own. Denies Deno, and now just JD. A 1v4. I don't think this is going to be it.
Sharp, but the real test, right? Find the first.
They will struggle with this potentially adaptation. Will they be able to adapt without that IGL by this side? To know. Tried to get a little nasty with it, but the site is somewhat under FPX control. Now it is. SSK removed, and the last man to make appearance will be Cloud, but a little out of sorts. Good shot on the first, finding Artist.
Spike planted.
And Shao, you can see that temptation. He wants to try and swing that corner. If he does, he better be ready. He is. Nice work from Shao, well timed. Didn't take too many risks or
Tommy,
after all
MVP.
that time. Tommy is on the money today. Shao still going to punish Dinks though, and JD with the trade out towards Artist. So it is down to a 4v3. Numbers still favorable to FPX. The site looking far more available. SSK trying to get here in time, but suppressed. Has to kind of respect this to an extent. He can't make the quick play. They go together as the duo. Baddie G shuts it down. 10 seconds now. Spike not down either. SSK on the site. 7 seconds. Can he be the problem? Yes, he can. 4. And all he's got to do is play his life. Sit safe. He can't do anything. Oh, the last second. It doesn't matter. The round's over.
Is beyond me, but credit where credit's due. SSK to be the one to really clean things up here.
Spike down.
Baddie G, again, look at it. The distance is just too much.
Clutch.
Wow.
Second earlier.
Yep.
Artist does get to keep his life, and we do see the ults from both sides. And I did just hear Hunter's Fury get popped.
Everything gets invested here, it sounds like. One lockdown destroyed. That's actually going to be the attacker. Defender will actually tick out here.
And Ding's got oh! And Artist got caught at the back of the site.
Standing ahead.
And now 4v2. Just Baddie G alive, and he can't deny it. Can't do anything. Has to back away. How many ults just got invested?
I don't know, but I also think Dinks actually finds a kill with a lineup for the Nano Swarm in Wine.
Is a wonderful thing. Let's see what Artist can make of this one. Already going to try and take side control. Spotted one, made a little contact. I don't think he realizes where Cloud may be residing. No, he doesn't. No idea. And actually sets SSK to capitalize as well towards Shao. A quick trade out though. So Sugetsu's still going to hold on to this round with Baddie G by the side. It's not over yet. It's a 2v3, but look at the HP on Zipan. It's super low, but bjor, wow, that cross! He's just got it locked down.
Beautiful.
You can see the rotation coming in. Navi are going to be on this side.
Pokemon popped. Find themselves in pretty easily.
Yeah, but Zipan at least find dinks on the way in. Navi still going to try and dig their heels in on this one. Deno finds Sugetsu. Can Artist find some time into this? I'm pretty sure SSK will be all too aware of the potential point trying to walk that. He is hyper aware of it, reading his opposing number, and Shao, undesirable position to be in, but it's 12 for Navi, and that looked kind of on the money for FPX in that round. It didn't look too bad. There's the contact, and away we go. Plan now starts to fall into motion. This should deny a lot of presence, and actually unable to do much about it so far. And they're gonna have to respect this or just accept their fate, because Artist is here to maybe take them out of it. Ding still does some damage, but bjor with a quick trade. Now, no players detained. You can see Cloud slip to the back of the side, but already read by FPX. And it may not be the most gorgeous piece, it may not be perfect, but it's done the job to a decent extent. So he gets a bit of damage. Artist down, doesn't matter. They've got the sight. And the divide goes up as well.
Really, really strange to see that, because there was no intent to show any presence towards B main. You thought it was almost fully reliant on that setup.
I have to see if they walk into the Sugetsu, go jump peek. He does, but he still gets caught. SSK, quick as lightning, gonna back away from this naturally. Double dips, fancies it again. Punishes Artist on that re-peek. Oh, he's looking with a shorty. This could be devastating for FPX. Oh, he's got the Blade Storm, of course. We noted they were close by, and SSK is unleashing Fury. Cloud by his side. Navi want this map under the belt. They want it done. They want it out of the way. As Zipan now in a 1v4.
Tag, so he will be noted as well. He's going to try and creep his way in. Shouldn't be much longer for this world, and Cloud will close things out. 13-11 for Navi here on Ascent. Wow, I mean, you can see the complete difference, which isn't an easy order on Breeze at all.
Yeah, easier said than done, but this could certainly help matters. Artist making it look like light work. Already going to find one towards Cloud, as it did seem as though Navi wanted to get a little aggressive, potentially do a little bit of a walk mid, but a quick burst coming in through middle itself. Already contact made. SSA will get one, but a quick trade out for bjor, and the site's now looking far more available. Spike to be ferried across to get to, though. Knife in the back towards JD. It's labored, but it works. It's never a pleasant thing to see, but it is going to be just two players trying to work back in. Make it just one, as Dings tries to just do what he can, but has to face the music. bjor is there, and FPX off to a good start. Quick to it as well to make sure it's very hard for any of that second string to find access. At least got that rifle on bjor. That's what I'm looking for, and he does find at least somewhere to put it to work towards JD. So now options are plenty.
And it's interesting because Navi is so quick to greet the, I guess, the back end of that execution or failed execution. Actually, Deno's got ahead of this out drone there, but Zipan still on red alert. We'll catch Deno. Now, actually, Navi find themselves in a 2v4. FPX will get the spike down on A site.
Okay. 2v3, and none of the rifles that were lost, Zipan and Sugetsu weren't able to get their hands on them, so we'll be working with less, but bjor doing really well, being almost proactive in the post plant here, just making sure he is the first person who greets them if they did try and go on that flank. However, it's now Dinks. You can see the player tucked just towards that right side door, and, well, he's considered it already. So bjor, once again, going to have to pick up slack a little here. Sharp angle to the Dinks, not going to happen. Zipan, great work.
Not so much now. In 1v4, Cloud will actually find Zipan as well.
Any more decent damage, I guess, on the other side of things, right?
Well, they can, well, I mean, Cloud can maybe try and box Zhao in here. SSK is going to swing and find it regardless. We'll opt to just fall to the spike.
Makes me nervous if Shao's just sat there. I assume he's waiting for timing.
Yeah.
He is indeed doing that. You can see the dart going in. Flash goes in for Zipan, and the first one before. Now, he's pretty happy on the first with the trade for Artist. The fight is going to be under FPX control, but the retake isn't going to be far away. But they have somewhat nullified what that op stack is going to be able to achieve. Cloud, though, lovely reposition on Zipan. Ding's going to find Artist.
Try and dig one of these FPX players out pretty quickly, though.
Just as he was looking towards that side, down to a 2v2, Shao and bjor up against SSK, who gets found, and now Cloud 1v2, not gonna happen. FPX dig their heels in there. I thought that was looking quite likely for Navi to an extent. A little bit of contact towards door, but that's about it. The lean towards A is coming in, but it's a 4-play lean on this side. It's already 4 players trying to get past, and, well, SSK not looking as on the money as you'd like.
He's a dirty spot.
Yes, it's not nice, is it, from JD? Sat there waiting, and as soon as the spot came out, the swing came in. Navi do get one. This could get a little bit tricky. Again, the crossfire's gonna be strong on the whole. G. Artist can make it hard work. There it is. G gonna lean out. Oh no, catching to know, absolutely unawares. JD, though, gets to keep his life. I thought there'd be a swing from Artist, but actually now caught in no man's land. Cloud gonna join JD and look for more. Now the final 2. Shroud does not have the ult to work with, but he does have the gun at his side, and that's all they need, apparently.
They've still got a little bit of space towards side here. G actually got himself tucked in. Hunter Fury will get popped, and that's way in the open there. G punishes.
Yeah, a little sloppy on that. You're not going to get away with those sort of things. And now that 4v3. Shao going to find SSK, and suddenly it's all even. Yeah, this is getting a bit worrying, considering this all happened prior to the spike plant. This is very viable, but NaVi suddenly just stranglehold the round. I guess that's one way to close it out. Back to going in, if he does find a little bit of space on this. This is where it could get a little unnerving. Player just on that cubby. There's the swing. Sugetsu going to make the most of that, and that eliminates one of the big players here. And the investment of the ult behind it as Artist was ready and waiting to catch Duno over towards the top of middle. And the only real answer back has been Cloud so far, denying Artist any further spiraling to success, but leaving just JD and Dinks in this. And I mean, sadly for Dinks, already noted, does get one on the way out, a parting gift, but it does leave a 1v3.
They now forced to try and find something. Actually struggles with the first ones to get to an awkward exchange between the two, but spike down. Clock ticking away for JD. G will shut it down. So FPX answer straight back here.
Sheriffs and marshals, these aren't ideal weaponry to be coming in with, but chip damage is always dreamy at this point, but they've already started to work towards a fight, so going to really nullify any capability of those upgrades into this round. As Artist starting to get a little confident, pushing down towards CT. Has to switch up to secondary, but does just fine, leaving Dinks in a 1v4.
Marshal in hand. FPX already even going to give him an opportunity to find one. Shao entertains the first and the second peak, actually. G there to counter swing. FPX now extend their lead to 6 rounds.
Right off the rip with it, joined by Zipan's ult coming in as well. Probably pop flash to follow. Yeah, Dink eats that too. Yeah. I'm surprised to be alive. Yeah, let's get away with 1, but does effectively trade his life for it. A 3-to-1 trade, make it 4 FPX. Pick up the pace and pick up the sight, and probably the round to follow. Beautifully succinct. And there's the closer. And as you highlighted correctly, I want to see the stay of the money for NaVi now. That's quite telling already, but they actually decide to go for the cross. That does tee up at least SSK. It's catch 1 towards elbow, but now spurring on the hit towards sight. Dinks overwhelmed, down to 3. JD, SSK, and no, just being bullied at this point. FPX, powerful approach here.
Well, there's no nonsense whatsoever.
Man is pumping DPS. Finds Sugetsu, but he's still got Artist, which is a bit of an issue. And there it is, caught on the cross. But valiant attempt, but 10-2. This is a bit weird, isn't it? You're going to have a very bizarre round. You've got 2 players hitting the flank. Now, there should be some consideration of this. Yeah, I think Dinks has definitely heard the steps now. Teed up for potentially 2. Yeah, lovely work from Dinks. Huge turn of events. Now, A looks very, very tasty. You've got to now consider this.
NaVi in a good position to play this pretty aggro as well. The plant's going to come back site.
Spike planted.
Most of you think that's going to be the intention.
You've got a lot of players leaning this way. Shao has a lot to clear. Shot and a half on Cloud, but clear the next 2 going to be tricky. Sugetsu going to at least alleviate the pressure on 1. There's still a player close left that they've yet to really note, but this is where Shao might meet his maker at this point. JD hasn't really revealed his hand. And Shao really, yeah, unaware. JD played that well, played patient, didn't overextend. And NaVi.
And unfortunately, it's the Spectre that are up against here with Duno. So it's arguably the least favored of the inventory here for FPX to shut down. But I mean, they're happy to. Yeah, Shao has made his way down towards beach, actually.
Oh.
1 enemy remaining.
Nice.
Oh, this is like, ugh. The Spectre on the other side of it. Don't want that.
All right. Well, Cloud's on the corner. That could have been a prized possession. Even just a little bulldog, but not to be kept in the hands of Cloud. He's doing quite nicely with the rifle, isn't he? Finding Baddie G. And that's going to slightly take away some of the presence from that A site. And Artist wanting to get involved in towards middle. Oh, the shot's gorgeous from Artist.
Spike down mid.
Lines up to, delivers on both fronts. Now SSK's in danger and he knows it. There's pressure now coming in from more players towards top middle. Sugetsu's dived in there. He's like, oh, Artist, nice work, mate. I'll join you. Why not? And SSK's stuck here. He needs a little help from Dinks to be able to try and maybe get away from Pillar if he can. That's perfect. Good trade, though. Artist still present in towards middle. And that battle begins between the two. What? SSK! There's nothing better. There's nothing better. So a little bit of utility to play with, though, so he could implement that if he feels it necessary. There we go. Trying to do what he can to force the hand, and SSK actually this time can't flick
Misread.
as quick. And you're right, misreads it slightly on the positioning. Baddie G and Artist looking to get themselves involved, pushing up towards main on that A site, swings the corner, does find things, look for another one. What's down to know, but there's the backup, there's the cavalry, and now there's the problems. In the meantime, they did lose Baddie G, so Artist has to back away, tries to reaggress, get a little cheeky behind the wall, underhand flash from Zipan.
What?
SSK turns it. He looked preemptively ready for this. This guy's on one today. If we have him in full form, this is going to be a series and a half. It looks like it will be potentially going to a third if this keeps up, but still two standing. JD and Denote. Oh, this probably a little wild from JD,
yeah.
but it's tamed in the end. Leaving just out. And well, he's still kicking, still fighting, but it's not he was going to be a problem. And JD going to continue forward for NaVi.
Oof, spotted though.
And okay, popped it off the back of contact. Cloud, now we're going to do with it though. Quick flash. That's a little risky, but still, yeah, I don't love that peek from him. Seemed a little half-handed. And Baddie G and Zipan just turn into turrets, claiming everyone standing. And that was a response and a half. A flawless round. Doors are maybe working through tube, but it will leave them with a late hit. We're down to about 30 seconds, and this is at this marker. They're going to have to go and probably get towards site around 20 at this point. And FPX know that. They've already got 3 players in really annoying positions to try and get past. Shao trying to play his life here. Blinded. Zipan's going to bail him out for a little bit, but you can see the kills coming in for NaVi. They're still fighting here. 18 seconds. Dinks and JD, the only 2 alive. Another ult to be invested. But the spike's in the hands of Dinks. He's got 12 seconds. Got to get towards the site eventually, and there it is. The spike should go down. He left out real late in the day, but they are surrounded on every single front.
Interested to see how bad he plays this. Ultimately, he's in a position to backstab here, but there's a big gap outside his ultimate and the spike and everything.
Well, I guess you could just walk in. I guess you could just walk in. Just walk in and smash the door down. That's one way to do it. Sugetsu just like, guys, what? Guys, I'll get it done. Don't stress. No problem. No worries. Let's get it done. Let's get to the next map. It's 13-6 to close out. But it's only the first round. Now we have to wait and see what can happen. NaVi trying to at least take the site back under the banner, but already the contact's been made. Deno's going to punish Zipan. And these are all individual fights. NaVi just staying as a pack, overwhelming in numbers. Too many to clear. As it is to get to. And it's clean as anything. NaVi. What a start. Struggling for impact. But again, it's not just the utility at the side. Zipan still well equipped with just that rifle to hand. Clearing out sight. Keep in mind there is still one bulldog here. And then you got the Spectre. The Sheriff. And it's clean. Until then, Cloud can at least deliver one, and that's a rifle loss. This will be expensive. You don't want to lose too many, and they don't. Sugetsu's going to find Cloud. NaVi unable to make too much damage happen in this round, but there was potential for danger.
Oh, SSK didn't fancy either of those. At least noted here, we'll find Zipan on the backside of yellow regardless.
He's being such a nuisance, though. He's not overstaying. He's not over-peaking. It's almost hit and run, right? He'll hit that shot that he needs, backs away, becomes a nuisance, holds presence, and the rest of NaVi just can kind of congregate around. And there it is, another bit of blood drawn for SSK. This guy is on it. I was just about narrowly missed Batty G's angle as he does a crest. Batty G, that's insanity, but SSK dives out, puts his life on the line. Shao almost does it, but it's SSK. A dominant round from him, and that is why when we see that up come out, you have to pay attention. To consider it for a second, there's the first contact. SSK gonna quickly find Zip and dips out of there so fast. No trade available. And he's back again. Oh, and Artist is gonna be gutted with that one. SSK gonna find him just over the top, and now the spike is down, but it's only 3 of them to try and defend it.
They got to wait out for the seal from Cloud as well. I think he's just picked it up on SSK now. Yes, can they hold the line here?
Oh, this is going to be tricky, Batty G. No, not clean enough at all. The flash, so good. Catches Sugetsu, tees up SSK so perfectly. Nice attempt from Shao, but the defuse is coming in, and the round is NaVi's 4-2. I assume they're reading this like those B hits we've seen before. 5 long, no presence in middle, maybe excluding Artist, but already that's going to be Batty G finding Cloud. So I guess by that means it's already a bit more of a success than before. If they hit the brakes, they could do a bit more damage, maybe cause some of these rotations to feel uncomfortable. But SSK still going to be imposing in presence to know with the trade towards Zipan. And now we're going to be down to that 4v3. 4 still standing here for NaVi. Things removed from the site though. And the spike could be going down any second now as Batty G confirming a little bit more safety by finding JD.
Seemingly, the read looks so good initially there with that pressure towards Kitchen. I think Cloud just a second or 2 away from repositioning and gets caught awkwardly under the window on the ultimate with that little bubble on top of pipes. But
oh, good punish on mid.
Hold this.
Really nice. That pressure alone towards the site pulled that rotation. You saw the benefit now, the reward. Oh no, but the feature show and Dinks. So happy, surrounded, so calm under all that pressure and positioned perfectly. The man's on it. That's why you don't want to go towards that ult, but you don't want to go towards Dinks in it especially. Does manage to readjust accordingly. Zipan temptation decking, tries to get JD, doesn't beat Artist to it. But now we know there's still so many players at the back of this site. The ult comes in from the other side this time around. Artist has a look, try and secure some space, see if he can maybe catch SSK, but there's so many players around this corner. Still one more to the left, but one to the right that he's more interested in. You can see it, SSK does get found by Zipan in the end, but the spike gonna go down, and now Dano tries to play forward, trying to get one with it, and Sugetsu's there, numbers favoring, and they do find that pace change eventually for FPX. If their early round is, hey, just find SSK, I don't think it's even a bad plan.
No.
I really don't think it's a bad plan. The amount of teams who try and do that as well, like the amount of calls you hear is just like, okay, if we hear CNED on this site, we go to the other side. We spend our early round to identify where he is and leave. And if someone like SSK is having this presence, then fair play to you. But Cloud's already filled that void, so they know exactly what's going on towards B. I guess there is that potential of mid presence, but it is going to be that B site. Excuse me, that A site. My brain's all backwards. But for now, site's already taken. Yeah, Cloud was on the flank, but Sugetsu still got it. This time, it's worked well, and sadly for Dinks and Dano, they're not particularly well equipped. Of course. Of course, why wouldn't you spam that perfectly?
Unlucky, Batty.
And Cloud committed even further to the off angle. Best would be a one and done, but there's that pinch through middle that we saw slowly building. Sugetsu was kind of lingering at the deeper side of middle. Get some more contact. Doesn't want to overstay his welcome, but now he's in a little bit of a predicament. Could slowly try and creep up towards kitchen, but you can see that it's going to be SSK trying to find him. Create an avenue for the retake, but actually gets denied it. Sugetsu with a really big presence. Big round from him, actually, being a real nuisance. As JD, too many options, too many targets, and too many players. 6-5. FPX have recovered.
Clearly have, and see where NaVi's purchase lies. It's the scramble to try and get this plant down without the stage wall as well.
13 seconds. Whoa, there's nothing to be done. They've left it too late in the day, and Shao is just trying to body them on the way down, but there's 3 more players to find. 6 seconds. He finds another. He taps the spike again. No one is giving him a chance here. The leap out just to buy the time, and Dano just has to sit back and wait and let that clock win the round for them. The approach towards B going well. Wall up, spike down. SSK just trying to find maybe a stray shot to land. Doesn't quite get what he wants, but Dinks does. Good damage towards Sugetsu, and that's now a 5-3. Make it a 4-3, as Artist at least does find Dinks back. But They have to clear yellow. They have to clear long. This is not an easy retake at all, Mike.
Now we'll tap on, and actually that wall going to come through, but pressure swing on yellow. Artist punishes the first, but we're going to find anything else here. NaVi goes out another pistol round on Icebox.
Maybe expecting him to back away, but he's trying to be resilient, almost begrudging to move away from it. But it is going to be only Zipan to... Oh! The adjustment towards Dings ain't bad at all. A 3v3, but bear in mind, this is the bonus for NaVi. So this is already a pretty good round. The other hand, Flash is sublime,
beautiful.
Just packaged perfectly. Go have that. Allows the swing from the rest. And at this point, you've already done a great deal of damage if you're NaVi. You're happy with this. Even at a round loss, you're fine. But Deno's got a real chance. The Bulldog, the Spike Plant. Oh, a tag, though. Not ideal. Just on the other side of that wall. You know what's around there. He doesn't. And there's the grand reveal. Let's get the tag, but the round will go to FPX. But my word, that was... What did NaVi do to clear this? Do they put players towards it? Do they look elsewhere? They still continue to spam. They have lost Dinks on the other side of the map.
That's
He was trying to make
interesting.
low progress
Yeah.
towards that B site. So I guess it is going to force their hand. And Artist can still be a problem. He's only going to do damage to JD, but he will lose his life for it. But I guess it confirms attendance. Not ideal by any means, but it's something. Site now looking like it's about to be waving the NaVi banner. Zipan does deliver towards SSK, so that's the tip of the spear now removed. G, only the ghost. That's all he's got to play with here. Suppressed as well, so they know he's around. The likelihood of in this cubby is highly likely as Cloud. More than capable to find him. Leaving two. Zipan needs to be instrumental in this. He needs to find a bit of that form. Made us excited about this Reyna. Where's that gone? Well, nowhere this round. A little bit of impact, but it's not enough to get across the hurdle. And they're shut down by SSK again. More impact for the man in the post plant. NaVi breaking in towards double digits.
It could be a perfect bait here.
It could be. But he's going quite early, and this does have to now stick it out. Does only find SSK on this one, but he does at least kind of take away the tip of the spear. Artist still out and about, large and in charge. You're still going to see G kind of holding forward. Shroud delivers one towards the other side. And at this point, they've been left in pieces, tatters on this approach towards that B site. The cross can be made, sure, but Artist's going to find JD for sure this time. Wall goes up. Spike trying to be toyed with by Cloud, but already taking chip damage. Tries to work on through. The walk-in wounded. Light work for G. And a resounding response coming out from FPX, but things are still standing, but it feels like a matter of time.
The void's being revealed here. Might catch Sugetsu on the flank. Nope. Didn't get that reload off in time.
Spotting the backside of kitchen. A little off angle to play with. Nice. Tries to hold down for a second. Not going to get it, but SSK on the trade out. It's the upgrade to the rifle, preparing themselves to maybe swing through kitchen, but you're going to see Zipan down here. And the grand reveal of two. Denying any sort of momentum uptake coming through as NaVi now struggling. Good response from JD to at least catch Sugetsu at the bottom side of mid, but Deno has been quietly making progress. Maybe he can catch one unawares. Yes, he can indeed. 13 seconds. They
How
don't
is
know
this
about
a
G.
2v2?
They have no idea that he's here, though. This is the problem. Can he crest that corner in time? Does he want to? Now he has to hit the brakes for a second. No, he goes for it. Oh,
Hello?
that's perfect work from G. They were so unaware of it.
Deno playing pretty deep as well on this, though. FPX will have a man advantage if they push their way onto site here. Ooh, G will find the open. SSK falls, Dinks trades it out now.
Great trade for G quickly there to find Dinks, not allowing that to be traded away and him to slip away. Keeping the numbers and the bodies on the site itself. JD going to spam way towards the wall. Artist desperate trying to get to halfway. He has not come off the defuse. Artist gets revealed in the end. They know where he's at, but Xiao's still standing. But do they have time? I think they do. Defuse going to come through and FPX make it to 12. Nothing yet. As FPX, they're conscious of a flank coming in, but there is no one. Every single player so far for NaVi is tucked on this site. Double stack towards that drop side. Under the rafters, tag comes in. Zipan receives a little bit of flak damage. Artist still standing. They need to start trying to clear these players and making progress. Dinks ready for that swing. First contact made is SSK. JD there by his side. Dinks is still standing there doing what they can, but it's all down to Dinks in a 1v2. And Zipan shuts the account down. FPX closing this series in the final moments here, making it to 13-11.
Wow. What a close from FPX. And again, when it felt just so fragile, it did nothing.